If you've ever found yourself thinking, why does this happen for everyone else but not me? If you've ever found yourself thinking, why couldn't I be so lucky? Then this episode is for you. Okay, so last year, there were two TikTokers who seemingly blew up out of nowhere, like seemingly overnight. Both of them reached several million followers in, like weeks, I think, like just a crazy fast blow up. I don't want to talk about them by name, so I'll call one of them Mary and the other one Katie. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so to backtrack, the two of them blew up seemingly overnight. And then one of them, Mary, I feel like she's almost like flailing a bit the past few months. She keeps like changing niches and changing what she talks about and changing her formats. And she said that she dropped her management company and all these things. And the other one, Katie, actually just announced that she's not even doing this anymore. And I had this moment where maybe I'm projecting onto them, but I think I know what's going on. And I think that there's a bigger lesson here for the rest of us. I think with both of them, they started achieving this success that they wanted so rapidly. And then as the algorithm does, as things happen in life, everyone has ups and downs. Everyone has big growth eras. Everyone has flop eras in every facet of their life, right? So I think that they were growing, got to somewhere really, really quickly. And then all of a sudden they were like, wait a second, the growth stops or slows, like everyone plateaus. They stop having that virality that they're used to. And then all of a sudden everything just feels bland and dull. And so I think that that's why Mary keeps repivoting, because I think that I can feel exactly what she's going through, where she's like, oh my God, am I like shadow banned? Like, is it because of this? Maybe I should change niches because TikTok is suppressing this kind of content. I think that they're constantly like repivoting and trying new things, and seemingly nothing is sticking and landing. And I think that that's where their frustration comes from. And I think ultimately the issue is that they grew so quickly that when things plateaued, they actually didn't know how to handle it because they weren't used to it. They just thought it was always going to be like that. And it really reminds me of something I've thought for a long time, which is that I think that we are better poised to sustain whatever good things are in our lives when we have to work harder for them than if they come easier. And I've seen this in so many things, right? Like weight loss is a good example. People who lose weight really rapidly tend to gain it back. People who lose weight in a more slow way, that's why it's called slow and sustainable, it tends to be more sustainable. They tend to be making lifestyle changes that are actually sustainable. When you lose weight really rapidly, it generally comes from a very rapid and aggressive reduction in calories, which is not sustainable. I'm case in point, right? Like we all have eyes, right? We can call a spade a spade. Like I'm bigger now than I was last year, but hi, Sam. Hi, sweet girl. Hi, sweet girl. And if you really were to look at my entire adult life, my weight tends to fluctuate a lot because I have a pretty unhealthy relationship with food, although I am working on it in therapy. So watch out, bitches. It's about to be a whole different thing. Anyway. But the reason I could never hold on to my think right when I came back from Mexico City, I was like snatched to the gods. But the reason I couldn't hang on to that body is because the way I got there was so unsustainable. I really wasn't eating enough. And so of course, then I start overeating, and I went through, just this months and months and months long binging episode because I was undernourished before. completely lost my train of thought. I think that that's just one example. That's a very tangible example. But other ways that I think this shows up, I was single for so long, right? So single, desperately wanted to find someone. I really felt like everyone I had ever met found each other. Like, I remember one time I was at my best friend's wedding, and every single person at that wedding was in a serious relationship other than me, the bride's mother, and the bride's brother, which actually ended up being fun because the three of us had a lot of fun together that night. But I remember looking around and being like, how is it that every single person here has found their pair other than me? Like, how is that even possible? Like, what, like, it just felt like, did you ever miss a day of school in elementary school, and then the next day you go back, or high school, whatever, and you're like, shit, like, we must have covered something really important, like, on the one day that I missed. I feel like I'm like completely off track. Or, oh God, I remember when I first started college, I went home one of the early weekends of college. It was like the weekend after rush was over, and I felt like my entire pledge class and my sorority had like really bonded and found each other, and I was like completely left out. And I was like, fuck me. Like, why did I pick the one weekend to leave when everyone's like bonding with each other? It just felt like I was like, did I miss a day of school and everyone partnered up and I come back and I'm like odd man out? Like, what the fuck is happening? And over time, something interesting has happened. A lot of those relationships have fallen apart. Meanwhile, I found my person, and like, it's such a good relationship. And I'm so, like, I would not trade anything in the world for us to have met sooner, or me to have not been single all those years. I think that singleness gave me this runway and this impetus to do so much inner work, which is the reason why my relationship is as harmonious and as successful and as happy as it is today. It's because I did so much inner work. And the reason I did so much inner work is because I didn't have that person. And so I was like, let me try to fix all the things that are wrong with me, which also, by the way, is a diluted way of thinking and not accurate. But nevertheless, it caused me to do so much inner work, which is why my relationship is now good. And I was talking to my friends about Mary and Katie, the two TikTokers. And I was like, I've never reached the level of success that they have, but I've had minor versions of it. So I feel like I can really relate to what they're going through. But the difference is, I think that I would be better poised to handle the flop era that comes after a really successful era, because I've already experienced it in more minor ways, because like my growth hasn't been that rapid, because I have tried so hard. I know what it feels like to try so fucking hard and get nothing in response. And so all of this has got me thinking, like, everyone talks about lucky girl syndrome and like all this stuff. And I do think that mindset is so important, and how we talk to ourselves is so important. But what if there's a lot of beauty in unlucky girl syndrome? Like, what if by being the ones who have how do I want to phrase this? Have a harder, it's more of a challenge to get our footing. What if that is the secret sauce? What if we're lucky that we're unlucky? Like, what if the luckiest thing is it actually being more challenging to get there? Because ultimately that could mean so much more sustainability. I don't know, just a little food for thought. If you find yourself thinking like, why couldn't I be so lucky? What if you reframe it and be like, man, I am so fucking lucky that it's not coming easily to me. Like, how lucky is that? Just a thought. I mean, you're already unlucky. May as well be grateful for it, huh? I don't know. What do you think? What if that is the key to lucky girl syndrome? It's actually realizing how lucky you really are that you're quote unquote unlucky. Just a thought. Anyway, I'm gonna go. It's Blizzard Day. Things are pure chaos here. We'll chat next week. Also, tune into Blush Kitchen on Thursday. It is an episode where I make 6 tacos in like minutes for each one because we already did all the meal prepping last week. So, and if you haven't watched the meal prep episode, go check that out because I think it is the most helpful framework out there for eating healthy. Shit, I have to go. There's something wrong with Sam. You okay, Mama? It's okay.